This is a public announcement from Brandewleau. Mountain Dew Code Red is discontinued in Canada. It sucks, man, let's do it now. Brandewleau Code Red is gone now. Brandewleau Code Red, Code Red, Code Red, Code Red. No more Code Red in Canada. Code Red, Code Red, Code Red, Code Red. No Code Red. Code Red, Code Red, Code Red, Code Red, Code Red. Hello everyone, Brandewleau. So today is my 6th episode, and unlike most of my other episodes where I do a lot of different flavors, today's episode is going to be a Code Red appreciation. As you can see by my hair, I dyed it red, and it's Code Red appreciation because they're actually getting rid of Code Red and have already gotten rid of Code Red in Canada in 2019. So as the beginning of this year, and I think at the end of last year, they kind of was pulling it off shelves and discontinued it throughout. And it's actually really sad and disappointing to me because it's one of my favorite flavors. As you can see, they sent me a hoodie back in the day when Code Red was introduced to Canada for the second time. And it was through the Democracy contest, and it won the second time. And I voted for it both times, the first time and the second time, and eventually it did win, but it only lasted 4 years. So today's episode is going to be completely focused on Code Red and Code Red alone. And on just a second note on that, also Diet Code Red has been discontinued in the United States. So if you live in the USA, that's kind of a sad thing for you guys that you no longer have the Diet and no longer regular Code Red in Canada. To me, it's completely ridiculous because Canada, like, we're red and white. Like, we're the red leaf. Like, we should have cherry Code Red. We should have had the red Mountain Dew. So, yeah, anyway, so today's episode, we're going to be focusing on Code Red. And one of the first things I'm going to be doing, as I always do taste tests, I'll be sampling the American Code Red. I got 2 frosty cans here. I got the American Code Red compared to the now discontinued Canadian Code Red. And the only real difference, well, obviously this is a tall can. We never got the tall cans in Canada, just the cans and the bottles. And so the difference is there's no lettering on this, no description. It doesn't say with a cherry blast. And this one says with rush of cherry. So this one doesn't have a description. That's besides like it's saying it's from Canada in fine print. That's the only like off the, looking at it right away, you can tell which one's which. So I opened the Canadian one first. I remember the first time I tried American Code Red, I was always like, whoa, it has a little bit more of a cherry blast. I always thought that the rush of cherry is more dominant in the American flavor because, like, yeah, I felt like our version was Mountain Dew with a hint of cherry and theirs was like cherry with a hint of Mountain Dew. But let's actually give both a try. So that was the first one. Like I said, good cherry flavor. We'll see if this is any different. Just give my second to cleanse my palate. And another thing I created and did, I made this really cool hat, and not my regular Dew hat that I always have. I've created a special Code Red. I'll grab it 1 second. Dun dun da da! This is my drinking hat. Code Red. Oh yeah. I'll hook this up later. We'll set up the Mountain Dews in there, but yeah, we'll sip into the American Code Red. So yeah, like even off the bat, I can already tell the difference. Definitely, like, it almost tastes a little sweeter and like definitely more dominant of a berry flavor. Cherry. Alright, so some of the things that we're going to be doing in the video, like I was saying before, is like we did the taste test already. I'm going to do another taste test where I'm going to be sampling regular American Code Red against Diet Code Red. So we're going to try Diet, and we're going to try the now discontinued Diet, the elusive Diet Code Red against regular Code Red. And we're going to try them both. Okay, so one of the main reasons why I always loved Code Red, because it was one of the first ever flavored Mountain Dews that I ever tried. And if you actually look back in history, not Code Red, but Mountain Dew Red was the first ever flavored Mountain Dew, and that's what Code Red was based off of. But it wasn't really it was just a berry flavored, a red Mountain Dew that was actually back in the day designed to go with whiskey as a mix for a drink, like a sweet cherry, almost kind of, if you think of like an old fashioned like cherry juice for whiskey, you know what I mean? Like that's a cherry lemon lime, you know, kind of beverage for whiskey. That's kind of what they got the idea from. And then, so later on, they developed Code Red, which was just cherry Mountain Dew, the more modern Mountain Dew, because Mountain Dew has actually changed over the years. And that's a reference to, like, you know, they have Mountain Dew Throwback in the States right now, which is the original recipe with, like, real sugar and not, like, the corn syrup, like all the other sodas you guys have in the States. So, yeah, like, that's why Code Red is my favorite, because it's the first ever I tried. It's just this... And the first time I tried it, it was just this amazing cherry soda, and I still love it to this day. It's just so iconic. And I just feel like in Canada, and like they just don't have respect for the original, the OG cherry flavor. There wouldn't be Voltage if there wasn't Code Red. There wouldn't be cherry citrus, even though I like cherry citrus more. There wouldn't be those flavors nowadays if there wasn't Code Red, if there wasn't Mountain Dew Red back in the day. So yeah, I just think we should get it back, and I think, you know, it should have never left. It should have won the first time in the contest. And, you know, and like the States, they've always had Code Red. It was like the first flavored Mountain Dew they've ever got, and it's never left. And it's actually kind of weird that they're just losing like Diet Code Red, because I feel like for them, Diet Code Red was probably a big like thing for them. It was like, oh, now for like the people who can't drink sugary beverages, like the diabetic people, they're like, oh, we have a Code Red now. We have a cool like cherry Mountain Dew. And it's just like, it sucks for them that they're getting rid of it, and we'll probably never see it in Canada because it's discontinued now. And another thing I want to mention too, right when Code Red was discontinued here, 7-Eleven, like they've done many of times before, released, you know, the Slurpee flavor Mountain Dew Code Red, even though we didn't have the beverage on shelves. Like we didn't have the sodas on shelves, and they had the Slurpee flavor. They've done that here in Manitoba with Mountain Dew Solar Flare Slurpee. Like they've brought that flavor out, but we've never seen Mountain Dew Solar Flare on tap. We've never seen, you know, the beverages before. So it's like, you know, it was nice for me, because it's like, oh, my last grab at Code Red, my last time I could have it. But even like at 7-Elevens, there was times where I go to the Code Red thing and it was like watermelon flavor. It wasn't the right flavor, even though it said Code Red. So, you know, that was disappointing too. So I just, you know, it's something I'm really going to miss, and it's something you guys shouldn't have discontinued. And all my money, like a lot of my money now is just going to go to me driving in the States and picking up cases of American Code Red. So until you bring it back, that's what's going to happen. So yeah, and I'll be doing a few funny things in today's episode to kind of prove how much I'm like going to be buying their Code Red now, because we don't have it here. And yeah, like one of the things they never brought us in Canada is like 2 liters. Like we've never seen Voltage 2 liters. We've only ever seen like regular or Diet Mountain Dew. And like, yeah, one thing I've always said, it would be really cool if Taco Bell did like 2 liters of Baja Blast. So we're gonna do the second taste test of the video. So the first one we did the American and the Canadian Mountain Dew, and I reviewed that. And my overall review for that was kind of like, as I said before, it's just, I feel like the American one is a little more cherry flavored, but I love both of them, and I wish we still had it here. So the second taste test, like I said before, is going to be Diet versus regular. So Canada has never gotten Diet, and we probably will never see it because we've just got discontinued. And yeah, so I'm going to crack the regular. So I've already tried this in the video already. It was the same one I compared against the Canadian Code Red, because I wanted to obviously sample the Americans Code Red to their Diet, because I feel like if we had the Diet version, it would be a little bit different, because we don't do the corn syrup. So my first couple sips. Yeah, this is another example of like all the different types of bottles and things they got in the States, because like I showed you the 2 liter and other things. We got like the torpedo like thin bottles, and they have like the other bottles, like the shaped ones with the Mountain Dew logo in the middle, as you like see everywhere. But yeah, there's even like 1 liter bottles and all different types of cans, like size, bigger cans and smaller cans. In the States, they got all different kinds of it. We, like I've said before, we have only got the cans and the bottles that are a little bigger than this. So yeah, this is my first few sips of that. So I'll take a break and I'll crack into the diet. And something interesting, because I said about the 2 liters of Baja, they actually released this Baja Zero in the States. And I'll do a little review of that in my next video, but... Alright. So yeah, you can definitely, like, it's definitely a diet soda, but honestly, in my opinion, I don't drink Diet Coke, I don't drink a lot of diet sodas, but, like, if we had this, or if I lived in the States when it was still around, and like I said, sadly is discontinued now, but yeah, like, I would actually buy this from time to time, just when I don't want like a sugary thing as much. Like I said, a really good like cherry flavor to it. Like, I said, if you gave this to a kid and didn't really tell them it was diet, they might not even like notice. They would just be like, ooh, cherry soda. So yeah, like, it's a really good product. It's actually sad that it's gone. This will probably be one of the last cans I've had of this. I was kind of saving it for the video. I had a whole pack, but and I always would buy it from time to time, just because, like, when I first saw it, I wanted the can, because I'm like, ooh, a silver, you know, Code Red can, a nice diet version. I wanted to try it, and yeah, and then sadly, as of 2019, it's discontinued in the States, along with Code Red. So yeah, if I had to like say which one I like more out of the two, it would definitely be the regular Code Red, but that's just because, like I said before, I'm not really a diet person. But like, if I had to rate this out of any other diet soda, I would definitely rate this like #1. So it's a really good diet soda on top of me saying I like the other one more. But that is a little biased because, like I've said, Code Red's one of my favorite Mountain Dews. Yeah. Another thing I wanted to say too, like I mentioned, like, kind of the past, the history of Code Red. Like, it was actually released in like 2001, and 2001, 2002, and shortly after that, Canada got its release. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, we found out over time, actually the first year of its release, it produced Mountain Dew's. Sorry, they profited like 6% on Mountain Dew in that year alone. So they were kind of like, wow, like, this is obviously something, like, that's why they came out with all the flavors. So yeah, just gonna take a couple more sips of these. So we got the 2 liter of Code Red here. And like I said, in the States, the American version, they had a lot of different sizes, like the 2 liters and the 1 liter bottles, and all different tall cans and big cans and stuff like that. So today we're just going to be doing this, and I got this special topper here, and it actually acts as a fountain, so they ask you to kind of shake it up. I actually feel kind of nervous shaking this up a little bit, because I don't want to ruin the carbonation, but it tells you to shake it up so it works the pump. And I'm just going to try it now. So I'm trying to tilt it so I don't get too much carbonation. It looks like all carbonation. Oh, it's going. Alright, so there we go. I'm going kind of slow so it doesn't fizz up all the way like it was doing in the beginning there. So we got the Mountain Dew Code Red. Nice full, half full glass. I'm not going to fill it all the way so you guys aren't watching me doing this for a half an hour. So yeah, beautiful Pepsi topper. I wish they had Mountain Dew ones. Maybe they do online or in the States, but this is what we found. I thought it was really cool. We'll be drinking the... Yep. I'd say maybe it cut the carbonation a little bit, but it's still pretty bubbly and pretty fresh tasting, so there we go.